Hello! Welcome to or welcome back to my channel. My name is Stephanie and thank you so much for being here. Today I am attempting to do the Booktube Newbie tag and I am excited to go through the questions. This is one of the things that a lot of book YouTubers that I really enjoy watching recommend to do for the first video, to put yourself out there and just make sure that you get connected with other booktube people or people that are interested in talking and listening and watching about reading. This is not my first video. As you can see on my channel, I have done quite a few different videos throughout the years, more recently in the recent couple of weeks. But I still thought that it was interesting and relevant to start out with this Booktube Newbie tag. So without further ado, I will get into the questions. I have the questions written out on my phone, so I'm going to go ahead and answer them in order. It was a little hard to figure out what specifically the Booktube Newbie tag was, since the first creator has since taken their video down. But we're gonna go through it and hopefully you enjoy. Question number 1. Why did you start this channel? So I started this channel because I wanted to share my passion for my life, I guess. This channel started out as just a travel vlog channel. I started it back in 2016, as you can see in the video. I went to Mackinac Island and I wanted to make a video about it and share what I was doing in Mackinac Island. It has since then kind of transitioned into still a travel type channel, but then I got into bullet journaling and reading journaling, and then since, as you can see behind me, been sort of a book channel, if you will. Recently, I have been posting a lot about my previous Disney trip, as well as some book unboxings and different reading content. So I just wanted to share my passion. I created this channel name as Stephanie Wanders because I thought it was fitting to wander through life, and whether that be talking about my passions when it comes to traveling, or passions when it comes to sustainability, or frankly wandering through books, I thought it was a fitting name and I am excited to be here, and I hope you are enjoying and are excited to be here as well. Question number 2, what are some fun and unique things that you can bring to Booktube? So this was a hard question. I kind of stopped reading the questions at that one because I was a little stumped, and I figured I can talk through it with you. So what fun, unique things that I can bring to you, Booktube? I think that everyone is very unique in their own way. I have a hard time calling myself unique, but I do think that I am unique. I am an environmental engineer in my day jobs, so I hope to talk about sustainability. When it comes to reading, I have a whole shelf behind me about sustainability books that I'd love to make a video about. And frankly, I think that more people should be talking about reading and their passions when it comes to reading. So I think that my love and inspiration, and frankly just my outlook when it comes to reading, is something that I can bring that is unique. What are you most excited for about this new channel? Making and meeting, hopefully, some book like-minded people. Once again, I love to talk about books. I really think that people can connect on a more deeper level when it comes to reading. So I'm excited to meet new people and, talk to other individuals that love reading, and we'll get into what types of books that I like. And I am just excited to meet and talk about and share that love for reading. Why do you love reading? This is an interesting question because I love reading for quite a few different reasons. I love reading because it transports me into a new world. I am able to, for a moment in time, no matter how brief, I'm able to immerse myself in wonderful lands and wonderful writing, and I think that there's something to be said about having an author really be able to do that, right? So, finding books that I'm passionate about, finding books that I, relate to the characters, finding books that I absolutely despise the characters, but I love the writing style. I think that just there's so many options when it comes to reading, and primarily I enjoy reading fantasy books or fantasy romance books. And I just think that there's something about being able to be transported into a different world. Then with my sustainability books, I do love learning. So there's so many books and so many smart and wonderful people that are writing books about topics that whether I'm interested in or I want to learn more about, or it frankly makes me uncomfortable and I want to read books in perspectives of people that have experienced different, potentially hard, troubling times. I think that it is very important to continue reading and spark and share that spark and love for different types of people. I think it's a wonderful, wonderful opportunity. What book or series got you into reading? So I will be fully transparent. The Twilight series did get me into reading back, 2007, 2008. That was the first book series that I truly felt like it transported me into a different world. The Twilight series got me through a relatively hard time in my life, and since then it has grown exponentially. I will say when I was in college and even the later half of high school, I did take a break with reading. I didn't find myself wanting to read. And then the pandemic hit. So then it was the ACOTAR series that really brought me back. Since then, I have enjoyed many, many, many types of books and series. And I have a goal this year to read 40 books, I believe, this year, which is not at all like a lot of these booktubers, but it is something that I am passionate about and I'm able to talk to my friends about and hopefully talk to you about as well. What questions would you ask your favorite booktubers? How's life? What are you doing? What's your favorite book? I think that is something that is interesting. And or what is the book that you felt resonated with you most? I feel like a lot of people have favorite books specific to a time period in their life. Like COVID, I think ACOTAR really took me out of COVID because I needed that escape. And I think that books are able to have that time and place in your life. So I think my question would be, what is your favorite book that you really remember getting you through a hard or difficult time in your life? What challenges do you think starting a booktube channel will be the hardest to overcome? I feel like I sometimes don't immerse myself in the books, and that's saying, I immerse myself in the books in terms of the world that they're building, but I do think that critical thinking is something that I'm going to struggle with, and a lot of booktubers that I love have such a way of explaining these books that I hope I'm able to do just the same. Whether or not you're here to talk about a specific book or experience just a book with me, I'm hoping that I'm able to do both in a way that shows and shares these types of books. When did you start reading? I started reading as early as I can remember. The Magic Treehouse series, if you liked it, let me know. That was probably the biggest thing. I remember as a child, I loved going to the library. The library was my safe space. I loved looking at those, you know, the shelves. I just remember looking around and whether or not I liked the books, you know, children's books were probably what I was reading at the time. I just loved the passion and sitting there, and there was this big caterpillar pillow, and I really enjoyed it. So I started reading at a very young age. Like I said, then 7th or 8th grade was when Twilight hit, and it got me through some difficult experiences in life. And then after college, I've read quite a few different types of books that I really enjoy. So I've been reading ever since I can remember. A fun story, my mom used to do in summers, she'd used to do like a treasure box where we'd get a gift for every book that we read. And I think she really instilled the love of reading for me and my sisters, which is a really cool experience. Where do you read? Everywhere. Is that an answer? I enjoy audiobooks when I'm driving. That is something that, you know, driving to and from work or to and from my parents' house, I really do enjoy reading when it comes to that. I often read on the couch with my dog, my pup, Ethel, or in my bed, or when I'm on vacations, or at lunchtime. Basically, I guess the real answer is, where do I not read, right? What kinds of books do you like to read? I kind of talked about this earlier. I do enjoy fantasy or fantasy romance books. I love a good rom-com, but I think fantasy is probably my biggest and most read genre right now. There's something about, once again, immersivity in these books, and I just really enjoy it. Magical realism, I don't know if that's technically a category, but I also enjoy magical realism books. What does your book collection look like? You can kind of see half of it. So I have 2 Billy bookcases behind me. This is in my bedroom. And then behind you in the, you know, behind the camera, I have 3 smaller Billy bookcases, like the half-sized Billy bookcases. So I've got a couple collections there. And then I have 2 smaller bookcases in my living room downstairs. Let me know down below if you are interested in a bookshelf tour. I think that would be really fun, and I can share the types of books in my collection with you. So that concludes, I think, the book newbie tag. I'm interested to know what your favorite books are. Please let me know down below. I'd love to be friends, so subscribe, like, comment. I've been commenting on a couple different videos, so if you want to be friends, let me know. Otherwise, if you stayed this far, thank you so much. I really appreciate you, and I hope you have a wonderful day.